Hey everybody, it's Lon Seidman. I've got something a little off the beaten track here to take a look at. This is the Lovebox, and we actually saw this at a CES show a couple of years ago, but now it is here, and I thought I would give it a quick review. This looks like a wooden box on the surface, but on the back here, as you can see, it's got a USB cable plugged into it. And what you do is you pair this up to Wi-Fi at the recipient's location, and then you can send it messages from wherever you are in the world with your phone. And the little heart here will twirl, and you lift the lid up here, and you can look at your message. And we'll dive into how this thing works in just a second. But I do want to let you know, in the interest of full disclosure, that this came in free of charge through the Amazon Vine program. However, all the opinions you're about to hear are my own. No one is paying for this review, nor has anyone reviewed or approved what you're about to see before it was uploaded. So let's get into it now and see what this box is all about. Now, the price point on this is actually pretty expensive, about $170, which is a lot for its very limited functionality. There is a less expensive one for $99, but that one apparently only works with black and white messages. So this one with a higher price point is a little more functional than the less expensive one. Now, my box here actually came with two different hearts. This is one of them, this plastic 8-bit looking heart, and we can pull it off here and attach the other one. This is a paper one that I'm not all that crazy about. You have to like fold out the paper here. It doesn't look all that great. I kind of prefer the red one here, so we'll leave that one on for demonstration purposes. Now, if you were thinking about gifting this to a loved one, the deal with this is that you have to get it on the Wi-Fi at the location that it's going to be at. So you can't set it up and then send it over. So if you were gifting this, I would make sure you're delivering this gift in person so that you can get it all set up and running, because you have to set it up at the location. There's no remote configuration on this. The setup isn't difficult, but you do have to connect your phone or a computer to the Wi-Fi that will announce itself when you turn it on. After that, you set it up, you get an account going, and you connect it to the local Wi-Fi, and you're good. But it is a little bit more than just something you can send out to somebody. Now, the way this works is that they have a little code that you will see on the screen here when you lift it up, and then you download their app, which I'll show you here, and the app allows you to send the message. So here's the app. I can just close this out here real quick. I'm just going to hit the heart, and I'm going to send Lon a message because I've already set up this particular box. And I'll just pick a random one here, and I will click send. Now, that is getting sent, and once it gets delivered here, you're going to see the box actually move its little heart here. It's not an immediate thing, so you can see there's probably about a 20 to 30 second, maybe a minute long delay before the message is delivered. But once it does arrive, what will happen here is this heart will start twirling, and I'll know that I have a message waiting for me. And it'll keep twirling until I lift the lid off the box to see what the message is. So why don't we do that here real quick. And there we go. Now you can customize these things. You can send out photos if you want. And they, believe it or not, have a subscription plan that is a bit on the expensive side. So you can subscribe at $5 a month and get additional messages that you can send that might be a little more advanced. Nothing crazy here. I don't think it's worth spending that kind of money, but if you were looking to get messages delivered directly from them every once in a while, you can do that. And what will happen here is you will see a bunch of messages that you can't send without subscribing. So for example, this one here requires me to subscribe first in order to get it going. So they are trying to find some additional revenue path here for a very simple product. Now, you can't do much with the screen on this. There's no touch display. I can't interact with this at all. Basically, this will stay up until the next message comes through, and I can't go back and look at the old ones, although I can do that on the phone. But one neat thing that you can do is twist the heart on this to acknowledge that you got something. So if I do a little twirl of the heart here, what will happen eventually is my phone will get a notification that said I sent some hearts back. So there's a way to know that your recipient got it. So you can do that and send a message back to your loved one that they got what you sent over. And that is pretty much it for its functionality. I suppose we should dive a little further into the app so you can see how you can customize messages, but what you saw is pretty much what you get. All right, so why don't we try a photo here. I'm going to click on the camera button and actually just take a picture of our Lovebox and send it to ourselves here. So we'll use that photo, and I can just crop it in here and get it to where I want it to be. Choose there. And then I can add some things to this. So I could put some emojis on here. I can probably put some text on as well. So, you know, you got some basic stuff here. I can say love, love. We'll just do a little love thing here. Hit done. And I can put that down. I'll put it up here. And then, you know, you've got a few other things. They also have now, as part of their subscription service, an AI. Of course, everything's got to have AI these days. I can also draw on here too. And we'll hit send. And we'll see what that looks like when it comes over. So again, very basic functionality here, but you do have the ability to send something personalized to a loved one who might miss you. And it is kind of a fun way to get something to that loved one to let them know that you care. And we'll lift this up here, and there is our image. So what happens if you get more than one message? Well, we'll find out right now. I just sent 2 over and haven't looked at them yet. So let me open this up. And that is the first message that I sent. So let me put the lid back on, and presumably we should get the second image after I lift the lid back up again. Let's take a look and see. Yep, so that is how you queue up the messages. The lid kind of determines when to advance to the next one. But again, you can't go back unless you pull up the app. So pretty basic little device here. I tend to be a little more forgiving with these gift-like items because there might be some utility for this. If you have a loved one who might think something like this is cute, and I'm sure there are couples and grandchildren out there that would like the ability to have something a little simpler than a photo frame that also has a neat way of notifying the recipient that something's waiting for them. And I do like this little twirl to acknowledge a loved one as well. So pretty cool, and that's what it is. So that's going to do it for the Lovebox, and until next time, this is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Brian Parker, Budley, Hot Sauce and Video Games, Steve Green, and Amda Brown. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.